NAFME National News. I'm Bach Cronkite. The big question? Classical music. Who was involved? What is it? Where is it going? To some, it may simply be the more serious forms of European and American music, opposing folk music, jazz, and the various other genres of popular music. Tonight, we cover a variety of classical music topics with exclusive segments, which, by the end of the night, may surprise you. To provide some insight on classical music, a telephone interview between our very own Jiminy Glick and Germany's very own Ludwig van Beethoven.
Hello, and guten Tag, Herr Beethoven.
Guten Tag. Bitte, heiß mir Ludwig.
Ludwig you shall be called. I want to ask you, Ludwig, about your wonderful, wonderful music which no one listens to anymore.
Natürlich. Frag mir an.
That Fifth Symphony of yours is just a joy. Rum-bum-bum-bum, rum-bum-bum. What inspired you there?
Also, normalerweise, wenn man eine Symphonie schreibt, ist es typisch, dass jemand sie anfordert. Es wäre eine Kommission.
A commission? So someone would actually pay you to write this music?
Jawohl. Franz von Oppersdorf hat mir gefragt.
So this music was made for music's sake, you could say?
Sicher, das geht.
I see. And he's a good man, this Franz von Oppersdorf?
Kein Mann ist total perfekt. Aber einmal hielt mich Franz davon ab, einen Stuhl auf Lichnowskis Kopf zu zerschlagen. Also, er hat mich aus Patscha herausgehalten.
What a lovely little story that is. Now, I heard that toward the end, you dabbled in the romantic musings a bit. What's that about?
Ich habe in der Zeit vor der Romantik einige Werke komponiert. Einige sagen, ich habe die neue Ära inspiriert. Das freut mich, weil ich den romantischen Stil sehr mag.
In fact, there was a most beautiful woman that you wrote a song for. Was there not?
Sprechen Sie über für Elise?
Yes, I heard you wrote one for one Elizabeth Royko. She rejected your proposal and ran off with that Hummel fellow. Perhaps it was because you were becoming deaf? Not a very good quality for a husband of a soprano.
Vielleicht nicht.
Thank you so much. This has truly been an ode to joy.
Du bist ein echter Idiot.
And we are out of time. Danke schön for your time, Ludwig.
Ruf mich nicht noch einmal an.
Perhaps some muses are best left unknown. As it turns out, the term classical music refers to a specific period of time. Mr. Beethoven gave us a look into what that classical music was all about. Making music for music's sake is quite different from the following era, the Romantic. Dr. Rex Austin interviews indie composer Franz Schubert when we return. Alright, you guys, so if you're trying to come out here and reduce your band's numbers, what you're going to want to do is order up a couple of these, okay? You just go ahead and you apply this to the bell of the horn, and I guarantee, after a few weeks of trying to make a beautiful sound out of this ruined instrument, you'll have people dropping out like flies, alright? We can only do the best we can, okay? Wear a mask. Welcome back. And now the interview between Dr. Rex Austin and Franz Schubert. I have here with me composer Franz Schubert. Franz, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Yeah, happy to be here. Tell us a little bit about your new piece coming out, the Erlkönig. Der Erlkönig is a piece about a dad and his son, and of course, Der Erlkönig, and what it is a storytelling piece, and so we're telling the narrative of the story between these three characters. And the Erlkönig, he's actually a representation of death. Very eerie. You tend to paint very vivid pictures and create images in people's heads as they listen to your pieces. Can you tell us a little bit more about that style of composition? I know that's not how things used to be. Yes, that's right. When I make a piece in my head, I have pictures and or an image of something, and I will try to create this image with the music, and they're calling it romantic. Feel like maybe because it's often you can write about a person or the way that person makes you feel or something like that. I see. So as opposed to making music that you think sounds good on its own, you rather have an image or an idea in mind, perhaps a feeling even, and you try to create that same feeling or image through your compositions. And it's quite a beautiful thing, I think, when someone hears a piece and they think the same thing that you did. Fantastic. What are we about to get into here with this clip we're about to listen to? So, in the piece, a couple of key things to listen for are, a couple of things to listen for. You want to hear the clipping and clopping of the horse, the pace that it's running at. So you'll hear, and then we have some melodic material, so that's good. That's the clipping and the horse. And then there's a representation of the Erlkönig. When he is speaking, it's a major key, and we've gone from minor. And so what that does is represent the deceitful nature of the Erlkönig, because he's not quite a good guy. We'd like to ask all of our viewers and listeners at home to join us in closing our eyes and imagining the pictures that Franz Schubert has created with this story of the Erlkönig deep within the forest. Let's take a listen.
Mit Kron und Schweif. Mein Sohn, es ist ein Nebelstreif. Du liebes Kind, komm, geh mit mir.
Well, there you have it, folks. A little taste of Franz Schubert's The Erlkönig. Where are people going to be able to see this performed? So we are going to put on a concert im Theater Nekrtner. That is, that theater is a great theater, and so that's where you're going to want to see it. It's going to be March 7th, so of the new year. So it's coming up in a few months. We're very excited, and we'd love if everyone came out to see it. Franz, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. An exciting piece indeed. Creating a feeling, painting a picture, or even telling a story seems to be the main aim of our romantic composers. Again, the Erlkönig will be performed the week of March 7th next year at the Kärntner Tor Theater. Tickets are currently on sale. We now have Ross Garcia reporting on a local event. Ross?
I'm standing here outside the main entrance of Virginia Commonwealth University's Singleton Center for the Performing Arts, or the PAC, as it is known on campus. Outrage found a home here some weeks ago when a showing of Edgar Varèse's poem Électronique hit the screen of the Vlasovic Concert Hall.
I was coming down from the gym because I like to work out, and I saw there was a crowd out here, and I had heard earlier from some of the folks they were advertising there was this big audio visual experience or something. It was pretty nuts. I was talking about this concert with my roommates, and I came down here to check it out. Normally you'd expect that people that want to see a concert, right? They'd be super chill, but these folks were straight up brawling, they struck one another. As this poem electronics was too dope, man. They couldn't let it in their cranium, dude. They gotta get hip, man. It's new stuff, man.
The crowd was reportedly split down the middle. Half of the viewers were thrilled by the genre, while others were deeply insulted. The chaos peaked when a fist fight broke out between two audience members in the third row. We now have footage submitted by a student who witnessed the event and captured it for his Snapchat story.
All right, what's up, people of Richmond? I'm out here just chilling, and whoa, there's some stuff going on at the performing arts. Yo, there's people punching each other in the face, man. It's about music. What the heck? What the heck is going on? Oh my god, this is crazy. This is wild, man. I gotta get out of here. Yo. Do you go here? Yo, it's getting crazy outside.
Injuries were minimal, if you don't include the effect this display had on the legacy of this fine establishment. This has been Ross Garcia with NAFME National News. Back to you, Bach.
Thank you, Ross. I'll speak for myself and perhaps a few others when I say I have more questions now than I did before. We hope to have inspired your own research into the great world of what we call classical music. I've been Bach Cronkite with NAFME National News, signing off.